Alon, Wasalon, you with the nasty pastor, and we back with another read from Enoch built the great pyramids of Giza. I did some research yesterday, and I don't have all of the literature that I came across, but I did find out this right here about Khufu. I went and researched Khufu. Um, Khufu, it says, did not pray to Amun. You get what I'm saying? Didn't it said it's less likely if it's accurate, it says less likely to have prayed to Amun. It says that Khufu prayed to Khenem, Khnem, and that is associated with fertility and the water and the Nile. You got what I'm saying? And then it says, um, I looked up the timeline. Horus is before Khufu. You get what I'm saying? Khufu comes after Horus. So I say this to you once again, and you got what I'm saying. I'm not going to take what I read and say, okay, I'm gonna just stop right there. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna keep researching, because they didn't just pray to one God. You feel what I'm saying? They didn't just pray to one God. And I've said this to you time and time again. You get what I'm saying? They prayed to many of them. Many. Many. You give me? Many. What I may be looking for, I may not find today. I may find it tomorrow. I may find it next week. I may find it next month. However it go, I'm going to get my answers, so that just maybe the person of confusion that is viewing, you feel me? The person of confusion that is viewing can make a decision in their life of understanding, knowing, you get me? Knowing the surrounding I am in want me to be on a negative side of life, but have me in a reality of thinking I'm being righteous. You get me? I'm being righteous. Anyway, let's dive into this reading. And this is the beginning, you know what I mean? We're in the beginning. The name of chapter 1 is the beginning. Let's roll. The accounts from Arabian historians, particularly Al-Makrizi, suggest that King Sarid, identified with the biblical Enoch, constructed the pyramids before the Great Flood. According to these historical records, Enoch's motivation was to create repositories for preserving invaluable knowledge and texts that would withstand the cataclysmic event. The pyramids in this context were envisioned as grand libraries and museums safeguarding the accumulated wisdom of humanity. Now let's pause this. Let's pause this. You get it? Okay. It's said that these have never been explored. You understand me? Never been explored, from my understanding. You get it? I'm gonna be honest with you. I've never really researched the pyramids of Giza. You get what I'm saying? Like I explained to you maybe yesterday, maybe some days ago in the introduction, that and this is pre-recorded. So when I said some days ago, there's a recording I done some days ago. But from my understanding, they never been explored. But right here in this book is telling you that there are literature in there that speaks about humanity. You get me? So there is a heartbeat. You give me? A heartbeat to civilization, to mankind, that is in these pyramids that Enoch built so that, now listen to me, so that during the great flood, something was saved so that mankind can start from that point. You get me? Can start from that point of life, which means this right here. Okay, the seeds that are coming in the world after the great flood have no knowledge how to build, have no knowledge of whom to pray to, have no knowledge how life begun. You get what I'm saying? You get it? Now, when we get into the Cleopatra days, it tells you that 50% of the world, of the earth history, has been destroyed during a fire in Egypt, in Kemet, in Africa. You understand me? You understand me now? I don't believe these geologists, if that's the right word, you get what I'm saying? I don't believe that does not tempt them to go inside these pyramids and get that education. I don't believe that. So if this is what Enoch placed in these temples, why have they in these pyramids, these temples? Well, temples, pyramid, about the same thing. Why have they not gotten in there to guide it? Why is it so guarded? Remember, they say it's a poisonous gas that you just can't get past. That gas is so poisonous, probably break off the gas mask. That gas is so poisonous, the drones that they are sending in there are being burnt up, disintegrated. You understand what I'm saying? So why is the history of mankind to the point of the great flood is guarded? You tell me. And you want me to believe that paragraph? That's what you want me to believe that's in there? Cool. Let's get into this other paragraph. The uniqueness of the pyramids, especially the Great Pyramid of Giza, is emphasized by their lack of hieroglyphics and markings within the inner chambers. This departure from typical Egyptian architectural practices has fueled speculation about an alternative purpose for these structures. The absence of inscriptions raises questions about the intended function of the pyramids and the identity of their builders. Enoch's role as a keeper of knowledge, positioned at the right hand of God and acting as God's scribes, adds an intriguing layer to the theory. The controversial nature of the Book of Enoch, which contains detailed accounts of Enoch's experiences in the heavenly realms and interactions with divine entries, raises questions about the deliberate exclusion of this text from mainstream biblical canon, C-A-N-O-N. Now, it keeps saying that there's no hieroglyphs on the wall, there's this and that. Now, there are images showing you online. There's a queen chamber that sits at top, and there's a king chamber that sits at bottom. Under the queen's chamber, there is a gas that flows up. You get me? A gas that comes up. So if they got to that part of the chamber, this is what they're explaining. You get what I'm saying? The entry. They can't get past the entry level of this pyramid right here. They can't get past the entry level. You follow me? Because see, some of y'all might say, yeah, they've been in it. You get what I'm saying? But have they been in there? How far can they go in there? You understand what I'm saying? Some of these tombs, some of these pyramids, they have reached the surface, the bottom of it. You get what I'm saying? They have been to the bottom. You get it? Understand? Now you understand where I'm going with this. I hope you do. I really hope you do. The watchers described in both the book of Daniel and the book of Enoch play a central role in Enochian traditions. These angelic beings, also known as the Shining Ones, are portrayed as overseers ordained by God to watch over humanity. Enoch's detailed description of the Watchers, their descent to earth, and their interactions with human women add complexity to the narrative. The parallels between Enochian texts and ancient Sumerian stories, where the Anunnaki are regarded as gods and watchers, further highlight cultural cross currents. The connection between Enochian traditions and the story of the Great Flood introduces a unique perspective. While the book of Genesis presents the flood as a divine punishment for human wickedness, Enoch's account emphasizes the protection of humans from the Nephilim, the offspring of the Watchers, and human women. The involvement of the archangel Uriel rather than direct communication from God. In warning, Noah adds an intriguing twist to the biblical narrative. Now, we keep hearing the name Uriel. I know when I watched the prophecy, Uriel was the devil. You understand what I'm saying? If I'm correctly in what I'm saying, Uriel was the devil. Now it tells you right here, these watchers got their commands, their direction from Uriel, not whom we pray to, not the supreme being. You feel what I'm saying? That's why they was punished and bonded under the Euphrates River. Now, if the Euphrates River is drying up, what does that mean? Eventually, a head is going to peek out. You get what I'm saying? Because over time, that dust that sits at the bottom of the Euphrates River is going to wither away. You understand what I'm saying? That sand, that dirt is going to wither away. It's going to get lower and lower. And there should be a head, a hand, or something that pops out if the scriptures are accurate. You get it? Accurate. However, no. The theory gains further complexity with the inclusion of figures like Gilgamesh from ancient Sumerian texts. The intertwining of narratives across different cultures invites speculation about shared things, beliefs, and perhaps even a common source of ancient wisdom. However, it is crucial to acknowledge the mainstream archaeological and historical consensus attributing the construction of the pyramids to an ancient Egyptian civilizations. The conventional understanding places the building of the pyramids during the reign of pharaohs, serving as monumental tombs for Egyptian kings and important individuals. In conclusion, the theory proposing Enoch as the builder of the Great Pyramid of Giza weaves together biblical, Arabian, and ancient traditions, providing an alternative perspective on the purpose and origin of these iconic structures. While this theory remains outside the mainstream, its exploration invites us to reconsider the mysteries of ancient history and the potential connections between the diverse cultural narratives. As we delve deeper into the theory that Enoch identified with King Sari in Arabian historical accounts was the architect behind the construction of the Great Pyramid of Giza, it becomes essential to examine the intricate details that connect biblical narratives, ancient traditions, and the mystery surrounding these monumental structures. Enoch's portrayal as a figure who walked with God and held the position of God's scribe, documenting divine communication and being the keeper of universal knowledge, adds a layer of complexity to the theory. The Book of Enoch, although excluded from mainstream biblical canon due to its controversial content, provides detailed accounts of Enoch's experiences in the heavenly realms, riding fiery chariots and witnessing cosmic revelations. This elevated status of Enoch as a divine communicator and keeper of knowledge positions him uniquely in the narrative. We're going to end this chapter, read there. And there you go again, fiery chariots. You get what I'm saying? And I want to just say it again, you know what I mean? You have to read with some common sense. You get it? Some common sense. We are reading that there's no hieroglyphics found in this pyramid, because as you see, this is the only one that you could probably get in. I don't see a doorway to the if this is the king's tomb, you get what I'm saying? If this is the tomb for gods, I don't see where there is an entryway. If this is the tomb, the temple, the pyramid for the goddesses, you see this big hole in it. You get what I'm saying? It's a big hole right there. You get it? So I say this once again to you, you know what I mean? Really read with common sense. Really ask yourself some of the things that you're reading. You get it? Ask yourself, come on now. How far have they went in there? Come on now. If this is where all the literature that was gathered lives, you mean to say these archaeologists they're not that determined to get in there and figure this out? Huh? Come on now. They're digging their mama vagina if they felt and if there's concrete evidence that the key to heaven is in their mama vagina, they'll go excavate their mama vagina. That's how nosy they are. That's how curious they are to find out and understand how man was created. You get me? Man was created. Anywho, you got what I'm saying? We're going to wrap this up about Enoch built the great pyramids of Giza, and I'll holler at you next week. I'm out and I love you.